field to the studio, to your eyes and ears. Welcome back. The 816 hour sitting down with Carter. Carter, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. I got my victory coffee a day late, but I got my victory coffee because they were closed on the day after. So
I was going to say kind of a hiccup in the victory day after situation because Christmas was yesterday. Did you have a good Christmas, my guy?
I did. How was your Christmas?
Not bad. Actually got this dope little Chiefs hat that I'm rocking
nice
today. Appreciate it. But football was on all day yesterday, so got to watch a lot of that. Hung out with family. It was a good day. But today we get to sit down, talk that Saturday Chiefs game, that cold Christmas Eve game Chiefs played against the Seahawks. Was at that game. Man, let me just tell you, not as cold as I anticipated. Keegan was right. A lot easier to take layers off than to put layers on. So I'm glad I went in with that mindset, but I wasn't as cold as I thought I was going to be.
Okay.
Great game. Carter, how did you feel about that game all in all?
I thought it was a good game. I really loved us running the ball a lot, but I thought it was a great game. Everybody showed up.
24-10, Chiefs got the dub. Offense looked great. I felt like Mahomes kind of just added to that MVP case. That run at the end to kind of seal the game where he's diving at the end zone, extending the hands. And, man, just that, like, little brief second where he's running around with his arms up, like, telling the refs like touchdown, like not knowing if they're going to call a touchback or not. And then when they called it, he's getting the MVP chance at Arrowhead. Did you hear the MVP chance?
I didn't.
Oh, I was going to say on the TV, that'd have been sick. But Kadarius Toney, I know you're a big fan of him. So did you like the aspect of him coming back, seeing that end around touchdown? How did you feel with adding Kadarius back into the offense?
Yeah, I liked it. He got the end around for the touchdown. He made it work, got some nice blocks. But I wish they would add him in more. I think he's an explosive guy. I mean, he was a first-round draft pick, so
true. He's
obviously got that potential to be a super explosive receiver in the NFL. But I wish they would use him more.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, honestly, I'm just looking for that next guy to kind of step up outside Kelsey. I'll mention Kelsey's game here in a bit, but Juju didn't do much. Was it 3 catches, 28 yards? Justin Watson had a couple big drops, ended drives. He didn't do much. MVS didn't record a single catch all game. So seeing a guy like Kadarius kind of get his opportunities, you want to continue to see it grow more and more. And then once McCole gets back, I'm very excited to see what they do with him.
That would be nice. I feel like they're kind of shifting away from using MVS as much, especially once McCole comes back. I think he's just going to really fill in that streak down the sideline kind of guy.
That straight speed all around. That's going to be nice. But Carter, I know you're a big fan of the defense. How did you feel all in all about that defensive performance from the Chiefs?
Pretty good. I liked it. I thought we did great. We only allowed 80 yards to a number one wide receiver, and I absolutely loved it. It was great. That's probably our best performance against a top wide receiver all year. Glad to see our young guys locked down in the backfield. Everybody had a game. I mean, they weren't running the ball a whole lot either. So
true. It was big. I love seeing L'Jarius Sneed kind of follow DK Metcalf the whole game. See Juan Thornhill and Brian Cook with the safety help over top, like I mentioned in the preview. Of really just if you don't double DK, he's gonna burn you. And I mean, DK did put up numbers. I wrote it down. He got. Where was it? 86 receiving yards, was it?
81.
81. So, and you saw double coverage. He made that diving play. So he still made plays. Kenneth Walker did still put up 107 rushing yards on 26 carries. So, like, the Seahawks did put up yards, but, man, the Chiefs defense just felt like outside of those two, they just kind of locked everyone else down. Big Nick Bolton. I think that man's just upset he's not a Pro Bowler. 17 tackles.
17.
Dude, third in the NFL in tackles. That's insane. 17. He was just flying around, making plays. Watching him and Willie Gay in that linebacking core is absolutely insane. George Karlaftis, he had that big pass deflection to start the game in the Seahawks drive on 4th down. Then he had the big sack. Love seeing him continuing to kind of develop into that other defensive end for the Chiefs. And then Juan Thornhill. Big interception after he had that one called back. Loved that. Kind of Arrowhead went crazy. Good to see Juan, fan favorite guy, likable guy, get that interception. But man, talking about the running backs, running the ball, Carter's a big fan of that. Isaiah Pacheco, that man just continues to impress me, Carter. How do you feel about Isaiah?
I love it. I mean, he is stealing carries from everybody. They are just feeding this guy now. Love it. He's probably one of the greatest 7th-round picks in history. Not going to lie.
I would agree with me.
14 carries for 60 yards. It was great. They just need to keep feeding him.
Continue to just churn the legs.
And he was second in the team for receptions.
That's wild.
For receiving yards, anyways.
And just think that that first drive, Mahomes had him on the out route, wide open, would have had probably like 60, 70 yards and a score. So could have had so much more. He's just so good. I love Isaiah Pacheco. But Carter, that took me to my biggest positive. What did you walk away thinking, Kansas City really did this well against Seattle?
I mean, I preached about it earlier. I think our young secondary, I think they did great locking down what could have been a really ugly game for them. With this Seattle receiving core, I think they have without Tyler Lockett there, they're still a good receiving core in my opinion. But
I was going to say DK Metcalf's arguably a top 10 wide receiver. Noah Fant can do damage. They got guys for sure. And Kenneth Walker in and of himself, beast rookie running back, arguably the best rookie running back in this year's class. But my
to see those guys take a step up, take a step forward in their development. They're almost to the point where they're no longer rookies.
True.
And they can't be making rookie mistakes anymore. But I just see them taking steps towards that.
Yeah, I agree, especially with playoffs just a couple weeks away. It's going to be big. Come a Buffalo game, come a Cincinnati game. Any team that comes into Arrowhead or the Chiefs go and play in the playoffs, going to need the secondary to step up for sure. My biggest positive, and I know I talk about this a lot, but the connection of Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, man. I don't think there's an argument for anyone else in the league that has a better connection than these two. 6 receptions, 113 yards for Travis Kelce, 18.8 yards per catch. Carter, Travis Kelce accommodated? Is that the right word?
Depends on what you're using it for.
Travis Kelce accommodated for more than half of Patrick Mahomes' passing yards on Saturday's game.
Yeah.
Accounted?
So, accounted for? Yeah. Accommodated? It don't matter.
Works.
Travis Kelce's that guy.
Exactly. So. Best quarterback in the NFL, best tight end in the NFL. I don't think there's an argument for it. That pass that Mahomes had where he just dumped it over the cornerback right into Kelce. I was like, no, like you can't do that.
You don't make that throw.
There's maybe like one other guy in the NFL that I could think would make that pass, and that's Aaron Rodgers because he just throws a beautiful football. It's just second to none. Anytime the Chiefs find themselves in sticky situations, I just feel like 8-7's just working his magic around, and Mahomes is doing his thing in the backfield, and they just pop, and 15 yards just happens. Absolutely love it. But did you have a negative? Anything that you wanted to talk about from that game?
No. I know Kalen Saunders is out, so I'm not going to dog on our D-line too much, but got to lock down that run defense.
Yeah.
Can't let guys be running all over us. 107 yards. I know he got 26 carries, and that's a ton, but 107 yards, got to hold him below that.
I'm glad
especially with playoff. I mean, we still got 3 games to figure it out.
True.
Before playoffs, but once playoffs come, we can't. That's going to be go home or lose type stats. So
yeah, exactly.
Go home or move on.
Yeah, put up or shut up. Hey, it was
go home or lose. No.
Especially whenever Patrick Mahomes is on the sidelines. You can't have that. Whenever you're losing time of possession, you're going to want to win those battles time in and time out in the playoffs. But I'm glad you brought up the Kenneth Walker 26 rushes. Was it just me, or did it feel weird come like the third and fourth quarter, time's running 7 minutes, they're down 2 scores, and they're just handing this guy the ball? There's like, we're just going to hand him the ball. I kind of want the Chiefs to take a page out of that book sometimes. I won't lie to you. But did that feel weird at all to you? Would you?
Yeah, it was weird. Seeing them down, and they were, I mean, I would say they were probably still in that playoff race before that loss.
Definitely.
And they just quit throwing the ball. I just
didn't trust Geno, I guess.
Not a whole lot of sense made. But
I mean, anytime Geno did drop back, the Chiefs were able to get a ton of pressures.
Had a
Chris
lot
Jones,
of pressures on him.
He looked like Chris Jones of old, of a couple weeks back, 4 QB hits. So that was big. But my biggest negative, Carter, and I know you're a big proponent. Look at these big words I'm using in this pod. But the third down offense for the Chiefs. Chiefs went 3 of 11 on third down. That's just not going to cut it. Yes, a couple of those were in garbage time where the Chiefs were just trying to get off the field, win the game, get the game over with. But man, come playoffs, that's just not going to cut it. Come Buffalo, come Cincinnati, Baltimore, whoever. You can't be 3 of 11 on third down. You have to be able to sustain drives. It seemed like the Chiefs were in a lot of 3rd and 15s. They were in a 3rd and 18 late in the game. And you just can't put your offense in those bad situations. But even in 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 situations, it felt like the Chiefs kind of got in their own way, blocking kind of messed up. I don't know, fell apart. And the Chiefs just weren't able to convert. So I think they definitely, I know, like Carter says every week, you got to get better on third down, and they just got to continue to do that, I would say. 100%.
Yeah. Up till this game, we've been in 3rd and long. We've been the best team in the league by far.
That's true.
3rd and short, it's been a struggle all year. So I think they really need to get better on 3rd and short. 3rd and long, I'm not too worried about it. The last 3 games of the year, we've clinched a playoff spot and the division. I think the Andy Reid bag of tricks is closed, and his over his shoulder walk into the playoffs. I don't think they're gonna pull too much and try to do too much on 3rd and longs. So
just trying to kind of get everyone healthy to the playoffs.
Don't hurt anybody. Just get everybody, play games, get the stats, but don't hurt anybody. Don't put anybody in situations that are unnecessary.
But let's still keep pace with Buffalo. Let's get that number 1 seed. Well, all that's kind of jazz. But do you have a player of the game from this Seattle game, Carter?
My player of the game was Nick Bolton. 17 tackles, 8 solo tackles. He was just everywhere across the field. It felt like if you closed your eyes and looked, he was at one side, blinked again, he's on the other side of the field. I mean, he's insane. I love it.
I agree. Nick Bolton was also my player of the game, just absolutely flying all over the field. It was so cool to watch. Just like there was one play, no idea why, but I was staring at the video board. Oh, obviously I know why, because I want to see what happened. But Nick Bolton, just his vision, he cut back and filled a hole perfectly and made the tackle. It was on 3rd and 2 and just stopped the drive short. And I was like, man, this guy's a beast. But he's running over to the sideline. He throws his helmet down like he's mad. Sits on the sideline and the bench, and I'm like, this man just stopped the drive in its tracks, and he's pissed. Okay, I love it, but
should have got a fumble on that one.
For real, should have 99 hit power. Just boom. Love it. Carter, did you have anything else, my guy?
No.
Anything you wanted to talk about?
Who was your player of the game?
Nick Bolton. Also,
okay.
Yeah, had Nick Bolton. Had to show love.
No. I'm excited for this upcoming game against the Broncos.
Just fired about 30 minutes ago. Head coach Nathaniel Hackett. I'm not sure if they've announced who's going to be stepping up as the interim head coach in his place for this game. Do you know by chance?
Get a phone call.
Uh-oh. Carter said, I got to make the trip, boys. Looks like Kansas City's going down. Imagine. That's going to be a weird game, especially not knowing who's going to be the head coach, what kind of, the scheme a bit, but what's going to kind of play out in this game with the what ifs. Broncos just lost Rough game against the Rams yesterday. Baker Mayfield came away with that Nickelodeon MVP, so that was cool to see. But Russ actually got benched at one point in that game. Rough. So gonna be fun to see Broncos come to town, see if the Chiefs can continue dominance.
So I'm excited to see if it's the head coach or if it's just Russ.
Imagine
these next two games will be determining that here. But
I agree 100%.
Yeah, I don't got anything else for this one.
No, I think you can run the reel.
Yeah. Hit us up. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, anywhere and everywhere you get your podcast, wherever you're listening to this right now, Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, we're there. We're everywhere. But don't forget, I know Christmas is over. We still sell the merch.
Yes.
Gotta rep your favorite small podcast in your favorite colors, red and yellow.
Yes.
Big Cartel / the 816 hour. That's where you get them. We got some nice shirts on there. Got some pins, but ring the bell, leave comments, subscribe. Let us know what you guys want to hear and what you guys want to see. Share
with a friend. That's big. Help the 816 hour grow. We're not growing if you guys aren't liking what we're putting out. So yeah, like Carter said, let us know what you guys want to hear. But Carter, another victory Monday. Hopefully, got Chiefs preview a couple days. We got a little bit of time before we sit down and record that. But man, I'm glad you had a good Christmas. Stay warm. I know it's still snowing out here. I don't know.
Had a white Christmas for the first time in a couple years.
Wild. Loved that. But man, if you get out, make sure you drive safe. Everyone, thank you again.
Seatbelts.
Big. Put your phones down. Unless you're making bets, but no, actually don't. No, all jokes. All jokes. But Carter, got anything else, man?
No.
We out?
Yeah, we're out.
Peace.